Thank you for joining us wherever you are. This podcast episode is brought to you by the Old Ways Actual Play team. This actual play uses the Delta Green tabletop role-playing game rules by Arc Dream Publishing. This actual play is performed by adults and in an adult setting. Listeners should know that this podcast will include mature themes and scenes. All content, including names, places, events, companies, military organizations, and etc., which may bear resemblance to entities living, dead, or redacted, is completely coincidental. My name is Michael Diamond, and for tonight's game, I will be your handler. Thank you for joining us again on another episode of the Old Ways Podcast. I am your handler this evening, Michael Diamond. My pronouns are he, him, and we are back with what we are calling Adventures in Ocel, perhaps the West Coast trip. Thank you for tuning in and listening, especially you, the Patreon supporter, who help assist us in so many wonderful things. And if you'd like to join that list of wonderful people, you can totally do that at patreon.com/The Old Ways Podcast. Jump over to YouTube, subscribe there, join over 1,000 subscribers in all of our visual fun. And now we'll get to our cast, who are sequestered in some sort of strange strip mall parking lot to my right.
Hey, this is Miranda, and I play Dr. Aaron Weber, not that kind of doctor. And nothing cures the wounds of tight handcuffs, much like some Arby's curly fries.
That's fair. To Dr. Weber's right.
Hi, I'm Nate Hughes, your friend Nate. I play Elliot Winters, analyst for the Department of State. You ever notice that rhymes? I made friends with a reanimated dog head, and I've named it JoJo.
Yeah, I think you've made strides with JoJo and with all the carrying on. Clearly, there's a bond happening between the two of you. And I look forward to it gurgling up to you relatively shortly. At the end of the table.
Hi, I'm Allie, and I play Special Agent Joanne Hart. And I don't like what you just said the dog is going to do to Elliot.
Well, the dog's not your concern at this point, Special Agent. And last but most certainly not least.
Hi, my name is Tegan Gilbert, and I'm Young Buck Brett Hawking of the, I guess, LA chapter of the NCIS.
Clearly you put in for a transfer. You just didn't fucking tell anybody. More on that later. So we'll rejoin this night at the opera in, well, a parking lot. A strip mall parking lot. Or what is as close to be considered one here in Berkeley. Berkeley Plaza is a small strip mall. It has above level parking, so you have to drive up. But the great part about that for you all is that it does appear to put you at a vertical advantage, so nobody can just wander by your car. The box does seem to be shaking a little bit, Elliot, and so you're having to sort of keep it contained. It's trying to bounce around. Lin Wei, otherwise known to our audience as Fiona, is beginning to protest pretty heavily being handcuffed. As was mentioned before, on the right side of her face, she now has a gravelly, pockmarked strip where she impacted the sidewalk after Agent Hart used her secret agent talent of tackling and did some damage to Fiona. She also seems to be holding her right side as best she can. She's sort of clutched up a little bit because, of course, she's handcuffed properly with the hands behind her back. That being said, at this point, Agent Hawking and Dr. Weber have joined our scene. They come laden with roast beef and cheesy goodness from a non-sponsor Arby's. And they have a lot of hot meat for everybody. And so I'll just put you in the agent soup and let you figure it out from here. Good luck, agents.
Holy shit, what happened to you, Hart? What? You guys really... You did a number on Fiona.
She started it.
Okay.
Listen, Weber, she didn't want to come quietly. Just wanted to ask her a few questions, and she had to go and be, well, resistant.
Well, did Winters tell you that we already know who sent her the package?
I'm making hand signals at Hart to you, Dr. Weber, indicating that Hart definitely started it. But then if Hart looks at me, I'm going to immediately stop and continue eating my sandwich.
Oh, barbecue sauce and horsey here for you.
Hey, Webby, hold on. When we're within earshot of the individual in the car, we are, and I'm going to keep my voice low and say, we are not going to talk about the fact that we were the ones that broke into her place. Okay?
Oh, okay. Well, so you're just gonna, I guess we just ask her questions. We all get in the car or with her? This feels weird. We're standing outside the car talking to him.
Well, I don't need, to be perfectly honest, and don't take this the wrong way, but the only person right now that I need is Agent Winters because he has the box.
I've got JoJo.
You do have JoJo, Agent Winters. So if you would join me in the back seat and we can have Fiona feel very nicely snuggled between us, we can finally show her up close what's in the box.
Oh, well, she saw it, but okay, sure.
Not close enough, though. She needs to see the glory that is JoJo.
All right. He's a good dog now. I'll slide in. I'm going to slide in next to Fiona.
Yeah, and I'll be on the other side of her. So she can't, crawl out the other side of the car.
Yeah. So she's in the middle.
Yeah. She's a nice Fiona sandwich.
Brett, are we getting in the front seat or this feels really weird? This seems weird, Brett.
Yeah, I don't think we should be in Berkeley much longer. Hey guys, should we take this on the road, including our suspect?
You know, Brett, that's not a bad idea, but we can do that after she sees it. That way it gives her some time to mull on it, and then, when she's had some time to think, it'll be a little easier for her, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is your magic head show.
How is she taking this? Because I'm saying all this right in earshot.
She looks a little dejected. She looks angry. She's cuffed with her hands behind her back. She's sort of sitting on the hump, as one might say. And she looks uncomfortable and angry.
Good. All right. Elliot, can we please see JoJo? You say he's a good boy. I'd like to see the good boy.
He's a good boy. Now, ma'am, someone sent this to you. So this is by rights yours, except I guess might be laws against this thing, transporting this kind of thing in the U.S. mail. So you did get a glimpse of it. I want to make sure you see this so it's not a trick. We're not playing no game here. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. So take a breath. You all right? I'm going to open this box. You all right?
I don't know what you fucking people want.
Well, after we show you what someone was sending to you, all we want to know is everything that you might know about what, why, who, where, how, all that journalism school stuff that you done learned in schools. And I'm going to pop open the box while I'm saying this.
Yeah.
And then I'll give JoJo a little pat.
What the fuck? She looks away and she looks towards Agent Hart. And you see a real mean look come across her face. You see blood still running down her face. And she has turned away, obviously, from JoJo. And the box is jumping up and down a little bit in Elliot's hands. He's not able to hold it completely still. She turns back away from you, Hart, and looks at you, Elliot, with just this incredulous look on her face. And then as hard as she can, she whips her head to the right to try to headbutt you, Agent Hart.
Oh, come on.
And you don't see it coming, so she's going to roll unarmed combat on you. Okay, so she fails. When she tries to headbutt you, she slams her head into the passenger window. It doesn't break. It just bonks really hard.
Wow, she went full-fledged, over my lap. That's pretty impressive.
She starts struggling and cursing, and then eventually ends with, "Let me the fuck out of here."
Hey, Elliot, can I have the box?
No, you ain't gonna use JoJo for your nefarious deeds here. This dog has been through enough. He doesn't deserve this. She deserves something, though. Did you see what she just tried to do to you?
I know. I want to pet him. I want to take him out of the box and pet him.
Don't take this the wrong way, Hart, but I don't trust you with my dog.
Okay, well then will you take it out of the box and pet it? And show her just what a good boy it is? So that, like, she can see it, like, the whole thing with all of its ooze and glory wiggling. Not that she knows that's what's going to happen.
I'm gonna make my point. Hart, roll sand.
Oh, no.
You are torturing someone.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. I'm pretty sure that's higher than my sand. Oh, by 1 point.
Not anymore. Lose 3 sand.
Okay. I'm down to 53 sand for my 56, and I rolled a 57.
This is something, too, that the other agents in the car, even if they're being quiet, would begin to recognize. You especially, Agent Hawking. You would recognize someone freaked out, hurt, in, quote, custody, and being forced to view something that they've already had several horrific reactions to. Someone's crossing the line here. It's not okay.
Yeah. Hey, guys, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? What's the plan here? She got sent the head. How would she know anything about it? What's the name of the dude on the box?
Well, the name of the dude on the box is not the person that is not the actual person who sent the head.
Weber.
Yep.
What's the name? What's this guy's name?
Oh, Arnold Crisp?
Yeah. Hey, tell us what you know about Arnold Crisp, and put the thing back in the box. Put the head back in the box.
So just for clarity for our agents,
It never left the box.
Dr. Arnold Crisp is not on the shipping label.
No. But he's in Montana, and he's the one we think sent it.
When you mentioned Crisp, Fiona has a definite stop reaction. All of you with human under over 40% see that she recognizes the name. She says, Arnie? I had a class with him at Berkeley.
Well, was he doing animal experimentation at any point?
No, he was constantly trying to stare down my shirt.
So you don't happen to know what field he went into?
Hell no. I have better things to do.
Also, I get the feeling he's more of a whistleblower of sorts than a person that's perpetrating this and then sending her the product of perpetration.
I was just wondering if you had seen anything like this before. That's why I wanted you to see the whole thing, as if you had been sent other parts that we didn't know about.
She regards you with contempt. No, I've never seen anything like it in my fucking life. Am I under arrest? What am I being charged with?
Can I roll human to see if she's lying when she says that?
Yeah, you absolutely can roll human.
43 under 60.
She's not lying, Elliot.
All right, look, ma'am. This has gotten really sideways because, as you can see, what we're dealing with is sideways. This doesn't make any sense. And so sometimes you have to do things that don't make any sense when you're dealing with this shit. So you see what we're dealing with, and I'm going to close the box on JoJo. You see what we're dealing with. This isn't normal. This ain't procedure. This isn't happy business as usual, but you have a reputation for knowing what is what with companies that are doing weird shit, terrible shit, cruel shit, inhumane shit, inordinately destructive shit with animals. We think this person sent it to you for a reason. The reason may just be you have a voice, but we needed to find out if the reason might be more than that. And we need to know that before we go take care of this, because this isn't like we're going to go arrest someone. Oh, we're going to go, charge him in a court of law. You don't throw the book at someone when you're holding a reanimated zombie head out of a movie in a box like this. As you can tell, as you know, we have to do something a little bit more. So anything you know, and if you don't know anything, all right, we'll bump you out of here at Berkeley. You can go over to this Trader Joe's, get yourself some coconut macaroons or whatever the hell you people eat in this place. and be on your way, and we'll be on our way trying to take care of this next step, which is trying to figure out who unleashed this unholy abomination on the world that is reanimating pieces of dog. Just work with us here. We're all under a lot of stress.
Hey, Winters, hold on a second.
I swear to God, Brett, if you derail this right now, I'm going to throw this fucking box at you.
Who the fuck are you, Putin?
Let's just get the answer from this person and get the fuck out of San Francisco. I'm tired of this place.
Bunch of weirdos.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I was arrested earlier today, and it was not like this at all.
What were you arrested for?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Winters. We can't let her go, dude.
All right, you kill her. I'll be gone. I'm gonna open the car door. I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna close the car door with my box, and I'm gonna walk over to the Ferris wheel. I'm done.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna look at Hart sitting in the car in here, and I'm gonna be like, she can't call the dude in Montana. You can't just push her out of the car. I'm not saying we're gonna, ma'am, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be safe.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I wasn't even going to cuff her. She had come nicely.
No, but she's got to either come with us to Montana, or she's got to stay under custody while we go to Montana, because she now knows exactly and that might have been my fuck up, but she now knows exactly who we're going to talk to in Montana. And this moment we let her out of this vehicle, she's going to call in Montana. And also, although the dude we're looking up there is probably this whistleblower dude, like Webby said, right? Like, I get that. But like, also, if we let her go, we've drastically increased our risk of danger in Montana.
If we detain her, is it technically kidnapping?
Yeah, it is. Weber, it is kidnapping. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about kidnapping.
She says, you have detained me. You are kidnapping me. This is a felony, bitch. You're going to jail.
Yeah. Hey, that's a great thing to point out to like 4 armed people. That's fantastic.
You're going to execute me in a fucking parking lot?
I do not have a weapon.
We're not planning on killing you.
No, Jesus fucking Christ.
Literally, if you had just come and talked to us, you wouldn't be in the situation now.
I don't know who you are. You approached me at random from the street, and then your best buddy showed me a dead dog head, which evidently isn't dead. And you want a normal human reaction out of that? Get the fuck out of here. Get me out of these cuffs.
No. See, you're not only a flight risk, you're an aggressive flight risk, and I'm kind of tired of it. So you're staying in the cuffs.
I can't wait to punch you in the face.
That's okay. I'll bite you. I have a lot of experience with that.
Oh my God. I don't know what we're doing. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing right now.
Brett, calm down. We're going to get a bigger car. We're going to put the lot of us in the car. We're going to Montana.
We're going to cross state lines with our kidnapping victim.
She's already kidnapped.
So it's interstate traffic. It's an interstate crime then.
Elliot, beyond the small gas station that's at the strip mall, you find, fittingly, a dog park.
I'll go inside. I'll sit on a bench.
It's right there. There's play areas. There's a fenced-in area. You hear the dogs barking. The box shifts a few times.
I'm going to text Ellie. Guess where I'm at?
You get a text back a couple minutes later. Where?
I'm going to take a picture of 2001. Probably got a Sony Ericsson.
Probably, yeah.
It's going to have like 16 pixels in the picture. I'm going to take a picture of the dog park. I'm going to send it back. And then text. I'm at a dog park in San Francisco.
Okay, so 20 minutes later. At least 10. We'll get back to you there, taking your picture and your text message in 2001. Fiona's going to move left. Away from you, Hart.
And do I see this?
Oh, yeah. It's impossible for you to not see it. She's sitting right next to you. Like, she gets where Elliot was sitting.
So I'm going to reach behind her and grab the handcuffs. Like, no.
Okay. Are you pulling her back closer towards you?
Not necessarily. Not unless she resists. Like, I have my hand on the handcuffs themselves specifically.
Yeah.
So if she resists, I'll pull her back. But if she just stays, no extra force necessary.
Okay.
I'm not planning on killing her.
Are you announcing that to the vehicle?
Yeah. You're not going to die under my watch. I don't want you dead. Let's put it that way.
Well, that makes one of us.
I don't intend this pun, but I really feel like we screwed the pooch on this one. And by we, I don't mean we, Brett. I mean the greater we.
Yeah, honestly, I think that we handled ourselves with a plum. We got our shit together.
Yeah. I think if we travel to Montana, it might be good to take 2 cars. Because I've already been arrested once, and now we're kidnapping. Do you have someone you can set her up with? Like someone to just watch over her? Throw her in one of those green boxes?
That's okay. Actually, that is exactly what I was about to suggest.
Okay.
We have a local agent.
I just feel like we don't need to be dragging this girl across state lines.
Local agent, and we have a green box, and all we have to do... no, just hold her for like 5 days in the green box, and then we have all of these documents on her and her organization.
I yell over, Agent Drake from the dog park.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, Elliot.
We have a phone number for him, right?
You do have a contact you have contact information for John Drake, yes.
All right, I'm getting out of the fucking
Yeah,
car because
I
it
will.
reeks in here. All right.
You get out of the car.
All right. I'm not going far from the car. I'm going to like put my butt up against the door, and I'll go ahead and call our boy.
You call. As you call, Fiona's going to make an unarmed combat attack. This time against the window that Elliot left out of. And while you're on the phone, you hear the glass spider behind you.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You hear a voice pick up. Go ahead, Hawking.
All right. We have a critical suspect in this situation, and we need to secure her for a period of time. And I want to ask you to do something.
Ask.
Okay. I want to put her in a green box. This is what I want to do. All right. I want to put her in a green box with food and a toilet and you. And I want to put her in there for like 3 days. 3 fucking days while we go shake down a lead. And then we can decide what we're going to do to her.
No, we are not taking anyone to any sort of green box. That's not how this works. You have a problem which needs to be dealt with. Tell me where you are. I will send someone to deal with the problem. You will turn the problem over to them and get back to fucking work.
That sounds fantastic. I love it when we work as a fucking team. Before I hang up the phone, I'll give them like my crossroads and whether I'm like I'm on the southwest corner of these 2 roads.
Yeah, Berkeley Way and Milvia Street.
Yeah, that's where I am. Yeah, come pick up this person. We're fucking done with her. And I'll hang the fuck up.
You hang up, turn around, and see that the back driver's side window has been shattered. Her head is now bleeding. There's blood on the window.
So obviously I still like have a hold of her.
Mhm.
Is her purse in range?
I don't know who has her purse.
Well, I had Elliot pick it up off the ground.
So maybe Jojo has it.
It's probably in the car in the front seat.
Okay, so I'm gonna just like keep a hand on her and I'm gonna rummage into her bag and I'm going to tase her.
Okay. So I won't make you roll for it. You tase her and stun her, and she passes out.
Good. That's all I wanted. I just wanted her quiet.
She's certainly quiet now. About 30 minutes passes. Ellie, your time at the dog park is exceedingly peaceful. Ellie texts you back and says, That looks like a nice place.
I'll text her back. I'm thinking about getting a pet.
Yeah. What kind? Question mark.
Not sure. Something that's easy to take care of.
I suggest a fish.
I'd probably kill a fish. Killed a lot of pets in my time. Not intentionally, Ellie, but maybe some a little hardier.
Okay. You text back and forth with Ellie for a little bit. It's good to connect. After about 30 minutes, a GMC Suburban parks next to the car. It's black with tinted windows. A couple of guys in what look like probably government issue suits get out. They knock on your window, Dr. Weber.
I roll down my window. Hello. Just she didn't do anything wrong or anything.
They look at Hart, and then they look at the person in the back seat. Fiona, passed out. That her?
Yeah, she attacked me several times at this point. She's an uncooperative witness, and she's proven to be a problem for the goals we're trying to achieve.
I am almost 100% sure that she didn't instigate any of those attacks.
I don't think these gentlemen give a shit.
I don't think so either.
They go to the door, they open it, they drag her out, and they put her in the back seat. Because you'd have a view of it from your angle, Weber, you see that they zip tie her wrists behind her back. They take the cuffs. They sort of unceremoniously drop them in the car. They then zip tie her feet and then close the door.
I'm gonna wave really quick so that they stop.
One of the guys stops. What?
I'll hand over the purse, all of her identification.
They snatch the purse from you. The Suburban takes off moments later.
All right, you got that girl killed, right?
I don't know if she's gonna die. Listen, there's a lot about this organization that we kind of sort of work for sometimes that we don't know. Maybe they have some secret reprogramming things that they've been able to have tried and true and tested. I don't know.
Handler, could I have seen the Suburban by chance?
Yeah, I think so. It's reasonable.
So when I see that, I'll start walking back. And assuming I hear some of this Hart conversation at the end, I think all I'm saying, at some point, you pussies are going to have to figure out how to deal with your own fucking shit and not call mommy and daddy to take care of it yourself. Let's go to Montana.
Are you getting in the back or the driver's seat, Winners?
Driver's seat, if it's empty.
It is now. It's a bench up front, so you push Weber over to sit next to Hawking and
I will gladly slide over.
leave Hart in the back seat with the busted window and the blood streaming down, and you all take off from Berkeley.
What about the box, though?
The box is, I'm sure Jojo's sitting in Dad's lap. It's fine.
Yeah, I got it.
I was going to offer to hold Jojo.
No,
I don't have any ill will towards Jojo.
I don't care. I like JoJo.
Okay.
And I'm starting to think JoJo likes me.
Okay, so if you're going to drive to Montana,
It's going to take days.
yes, not days per se. It'll probably take a day and a half. It's 19 hours, at least, to get to the state by Google Maps. But if we're looking for, say, something more specific, perhaps we want to get to the Blackfoot Reservation in Montana, yes? Then that is going to be a little longer. If you go up through Oregon and then eventually through Spokane, you probably get there about an hour. Beyond that, you're going to have to stop at some point along the way. Find yourself a nice motel, perhaps in Idaho, Twin Falls, Idaho. That'd be a good stopping point. Well, you set off on a Delta Green road trip. Gas up, make sure you got the things that you need. You pay extra, of course, because you're in San Francisco and the gas is super expensive.
The most silent, awkward road trip of all time.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Here's what I'd like. I'd like 2 things in the first day on the road trip that each one of you are doing. I'm going to start, of course, with Dr. Aaron Weber.
What I'm doing on the road trip?
Yeah, like what are you doing?
I'm being intentionally cold to Agent Hart. So that's number 1. And number 2, I will offer to operate the radio from the front seat. And I will get out our big map book and offer to help navigate our way up there. So I'm navigating and also not speaking to Agent Hart and being intentionally cold and not holding doors at gas stations.
Well, I think we all know what that's like to get the cold shoulder from somebody. They will pass by and talk to all sorts of people around you, but not actually talk to you. It happens.
Oh, yep. I'll be, hey, Brett, do you want some beef jerky?
Yeah, that's fine.
Winters, you want some beef jerky? Oh, look at that. It's all gone.
Wow, it's a cold world. Okay, so Agent Winters, what are you up to on this road trip?
I'll take 1 shift driving. So that first shift, and probably do the first gas up, and then probably drive until the next gas up, and then whoever swaps with me swaps. And at that first gas up, I'm going to go into the gas station. I'm going to get the whatever the book of crosswords is that I can find.
Oh, yeah.
And so that second half, I move myself to the back. I've got the box, at my feet, and I'm just doing the crosswords. I'm doing the easy ones. As soon as they get a little bit too hard, I skip them and go back to the easy ones. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't get much beyond Wednesday on that New York Times.
Sure.
And I'm not talking much. I'm not really angry. I'm not really upset. I'm not projecting an Aaron Weber field of coldness to anyone, but I'm not that interested in talking or chatting, which is different than I was right before this road trip started.
It does take some effort to not speak for 6 to 8 hours, especially in a environment where you're surrounded by people. So it takes active willpower to do so.
I think part of it too is I keep thinking about what Weber said. Oh, these are my only friends, and what does that mean? What does that mean about her? But man, what does that mean about me? Because I can't really say that I have that many friends either, and I don't really know if I want these to be my friends. Maybe I do. Maybe this is the best part. And these folks should be all my friends because they're the closest to this. And so I'm struggling with that. It's rolling over in my head, this trip, this first half of the trip.
Okay. Agent Hart, what are you doing with your time?
I have probably taken over the next shift of driving from Elliot, since it is the car that I rented. Chances are I'm probably just listening to the radio, whatever it is that Dr. Weber put on, and I'll ask Brett, hey, Brett, would you ask Dr. Weber which exit I need to take?
7B.
Listen, 2 can play at this game.
We get really close to it, and then I go, that one.
Well, if I miss it, I'm just going to get off and turn around.
That's fine.
You extend this trip longer.
I have all day. That's cool.
Okay, so I'll wait, but I want to get Agent Hawkins what they're doing on this road trip.
I'm just thinking about the woman that we probably just killed. I'm going to be honest with you, Handler.
Mm-hmm.
I think my character needs a sand check.
That's fine. Go ahead and make one. I'm happy to have you make one if you feel that Brett is thinking a lot about what 2 guys in a black SUV taking a woman and zip tying her into the back seat and then taking off with little to no description about what they were going to do or what was going to happen.
I mean, I succeeded with a 3 under 65, but in Delta Green, that's not a critical success. That's just a success.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that you lose a point of sand for it.
I just want to throw my hat in the ring because Weber's also very bothered by this, and I don't know if you also want me to roll a sand roll. I mean, that's why I'm being a dick.
We all feel guilty.
I don't.
I think 2 of us feel guilty, Hawking.
No, Elliot knows exactly what we did and expected it and thought we should have probably done it ourselves.
That's 55 over 39. My precious sanity that I have.
Please don't confess all your crimes to a gas station attendant.
My Miranda, why must you tempt me so?
Well, I wasn't thinking about it, but then Hawking brought it up, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's true, because I am pretty upset about this. Yeah.
Shared guilt. I get it. Okay. So what I'll do then is I'll have some fun with you, because that seems to be the way to do things. What I'll say is that a fumble is a fumble, right? So generally speaking, that means maximum sanity loss.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you're not suffering violence. You could potentially consider yourself to be inflicting violence on someone, but I don't think that fits necessarily.
No.
What I think is that you feel a sense of helplessness,
Mm-hmm.
a deep and just unquenchable sense of helplessness. So I think that this is going to cost you 4 points of sanity on a fumble, because you can't get Fiona's bloody face out of your mind.
It's me at a whopping 34 sand.
Oh, good. So you spend the majority of this, we'll say 8-hour trip, both of you, thinking about Fiona, a woman who until today, even though she has a record, even though she has her own infractions with the law, until you wandered into her life, she was just going to a coffee shop to get coffee. And now she's zip-tied in the back of a van somewhere, at best. So while you two marinate on that, the other thing that I'm going to do, especially for the folks who are going to be a little tight-lipped, I'm going to say that it's going to cost you 1 point of willpower for every hour you're not willing to engage in some sort of reasonably civil conversation. And so 8 to 10 hours will probably cost you 8 to 10 or so willpower apiece. The way I feel about it is if you're going to be stone silent with several people in the same vehicle, it takes an exertion of will to do that. Even if you don't like those people.
Can I talk about like food and rocks as we drive past them?
Yeah, if you don't want to exert the willpower to be silent, then you certainly can. But there are people who indicated specifically that they want to be silent. They do not want to talk to people.
That makes sense.
I'll probably make small talk with Hawking, provided Hawking's willing to talk to me. It won't be about anything intense. It won't be about anything. It'll be all superficial kind of conversation. I'm perfectly fine to talk. I am even willing to talk about what happened, but I'm pretty sure no one else in the car wants to talk about that. So I'm just going to let that lie. But the other thing I will be doing in between talking is I will also be thinking about Fiona. And I will be thinking about that blood on her face. And I will be thinking that I'm kind of hungry. You're the one who gave me this.
It's true.
I didn't realize I was with monsters.
Well, I would say that it's reasonable to have some people question, like, Hart's mental fortitude after today. The shit that went in the back seat is not okay. And a line got crossed, or got real close to being crossed. But that said, the Twin Falls area is very pleasant this time of year. You find just off of Highway 74, you find a reasonably decent place to stop. It's called the Amber Inn. It's at Tipperary Corner. It's a motel. It's definitely what we would call sort of a no-frills type of motel. It's not, super well appointed, but that's okay. It's just off the road. And it even says it has cable TV.
Hart, you want to stop there?
Yeah, it seems like a good place. And I'll start pulling the car over into the, that little turnabout thing that they have right in front of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. You see a couple of BMX bikes parked out front.
And I'll stop the car and put it in park.
Oh, thank God. The wind out that broken window is giving me a hell of a headache.
I bet if we ask, they probably have some cardboard in there somewhere. We can tape up the window.
I'm going to do something. Plastic, cardboard, anything. Yeah, that'd be great. I'll go in. 4 rooms or 2? What are we doing here?
I know that neither Hawking or Weber are going to want to stay in the same room as me. I don't know if they're going to want to stay together or not.
4 rooms it is.
I'm fine with 4 rooms. And then I just imagine like Elliot and the box just like curled up on the bed together. Like Elliot takes it out and it's just like, yeah, good boy.
Oh, that'll happen. That'll happen. But Hart, you got a credit card?
No, I've got cash.
Cash? Okay.
I mean, I've got a card, but this place is the kind of place that might take cash.
Give me cash. I'll get the rooms if you want me to.
Yeah. And I'll just hand over some cash. I don't know how much we might need. So you probably have like $400 or $500?
It's probably, we need 220 because it's probably got a little sign, a neon sign right out the front. Rooms X. And so whatever that is times 4.
It does. It does indeed. It's $55 a night.
55 a night. And I'll go in and...
So 300, right? So 220 plus tax and all that jazz.
I'll walk in, try and negotiate 4 rooms next to each other.
You do so. They say they're nice and clean. They said it's off season for them, so it's good to have some people around.
That's nice. I see you got some bikers out front too.
Yeah, the local kids. This older lady you're talking to, she sort of got that permed, sort of spun silver hair and those glasses that sweep down in the front, and they have the chain that connects to the back. Styling. True Golden Girls fashion.
If she was in the middle of Idaho, she'd be in a library somewhere.
She would be, or in a casino. But she gives you the room keys.
All right, thank you, ma'am. I'll go back. I'll give Hart every penny of the change, and I'll distribute 4 keys and keep 1. So I'll distribute 3 keys and keep 1.
Yeah, I mean, the rooms are fairly basic. The cable TV is not super impressive, but it does get KTVB7, which is the local station, and a couple of others. Those of you fiddling with the television might be able to make out some stray lines from HBO, but you'll have to sort of adjust the dials on this older television pretty specifically.
Well, and the rabbit ears probably.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Nothing here to write home about other than the bedspread color choices, which are this strange sort of southwestern flair. They're checkered, got interesting patterns. They have full-on headboards to each bed.
Are these patterns like the patterns of the actual bedspread, or is this stains that have created patterns?
No, it is the pattern of the bedspread rather than potential tire marks that have been left all over the.
That's good to know.
And so you all rest up for the night. Anything anybody wants to do specifically? Where are you taking the head?
Oh, I'm keeping the head.
Good man.
Yeah, I don't let it go.
I was wondering if I could spend this time in solitude projecting some of that sand loss I took onto my ex-husband, Adam Weber.
Sure. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't project it onto him.
My thought is I saw this woman that no one protected, that I didn't protect, that Hawking didn't protect. And my fear, like being so far away from home, is I have Holly that Adam's not going to protect her, that she is this innocent thing that needs protecting and he's not capable of that. And I just saw this bad thing happen to this innocent girl and no one did anything, and that's what's going to happen to Holly. Adam's not going to protect her.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend all night thinking about that.
Okay, so I'll roll a d4.
Okay.
And that will give me a number. And that will be the number that you'll be able to project.
Okay.
So to do that, though, you'll have to do something else.
Okay.
So you are able to project 3 points onto Adam.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to spend 3 additional willpower points. one for each one you want to spend.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll also reduce the bond that you have with Adam by the same amount.
Okay. So it costs me 3 willpower, and I can spend, that's the 3 it takes off Adam.
Right. It also keeps you from taking 3 points of sand loss yourself. The 1.
Yep. So I would only take puts me at 2 with Adam.
Well, you are perilously close.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
But so sane.
Oh, yeah, totally. Everything's fine. You'll get through this, sure. I mean, you've got something in the freezer to get back to anyway.
Do I tick my helplessness box?
Yeah, I do believe so.
Okay, so I want to go talk to Agent Winters. And I'll knock on the door.
Well, when will this happen? Because I was going to go knock on Hawking's door as well.
I figured everyone gets divided, everyone takes what little belongings they have, and then I would knock on your door very shortly thereafter.
Yeah, sure. Let's say that you beat me to the punch. And I'll answer the door. Oh, hey, Hart.
Hey. So about that, I wasn't planning on killing her, but I wasn't really planning on letting her go either. Can I come in?
I'll look back in my room and look at you. And there's like 2 seconds of consideration. And then I'll step out of the way and, yeah, sure, of course. Come on in.
Okay.
I mean, you remember how this works, though. We're doing this job. You don't get the breaks. Like, there's no one to call. What was going to happen. Maybe you didn't consider.
So I knew what was going to happen because we're going to be in the middle of, wilderness. Plenty of places to put someone who's not going to be found. The populations of towns in Montana are low. Very low.
Let me make sure I understand you, though. Are you, like you said, you didn't plan on killing her, but that's killing her. Am I not understanding you? You're thinking you just relocate her to a town in Montana and she would just stick there?
No, I was thinking I would relocate her to the middle of forest without shoes so that she technically still has a chance to try to find her way somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
She probably wouldn't, but,
We used to have a story about this, and the story was you can't fool yourself into thinking that through your own inaction, you are not responsible for the action. There was a lot more of it, but that is killing that girl. You have to get your head on straight on that. You are killing that girl. Whether you kill her with a bullet in the head or you kill her by leaving her in a wilderness, it's the exact same thing, Hart. You can't fool yourself.
I'm under no impressions that essentially I'm killing her. I just don't want the blood to be, problematic.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean problematic? What's going on here?
Well, so you saw how much she was fighting, right? So it was going to end bloody either way if I tried to kill her myself, either hand to hand or with a bullet. So there's going to be blood everywhere, and I just don't want to have to deal with that. If I take her out into the wilderness and I shoot her in the head, there's still plenty of blood that's all over my body that I don't want to deal with. Because then I would have to worry about a change of clothes. I have to worry about, where am I?
You're talking about the blood. This is your problem, is the blood. What's the deal with the blood? I'm not understanding. What do you mean? Like, it's not the killing, it's the blood?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the blood?
Did you see how much blood? It's so messy.
All right, you got a thing with blood?
I mean, I do now. And my thing with blood is it took me a long time to get all the blood off after the last encounter.
Encounter. That's the capital E encounter you're talking about. That's
correct. I had no qualms about what the end result was going to be. I just didn't want to have to, let's say do the dirty work if she was going to fight me that hard on it, which she would.
I'm still trying to make sure I understand you clear, because I feel like you might be skirting some of this issue. You don't mind doing the killing, but you can't. You keep saying you don't want to, but I'm hearing you can't be around this blood. What's the deal with the blood?
So I can be around the blood, but Winters, you've shot people before, right? You've had to shoot somebody?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Blood gets everywhere. I'm not afraid of the blood. I'm not like paralyzed. Oh no, the blood's gonna get me. I legitimately just don't want to spend the hours and hours it takes to cover up the blood, clean up the blood, and deal with the mess aftermath of killing someone in a bloody way. That's my hang up with the blood. It's so much extra work. I knew exactly what was going to happen when they put her in that car. I knew exactly what was going to happen when I left her out in the wilderness. She was going to be dead either way. I just didn't want to have to do it in a bloody manner.
All right.
Especially, right? We don't have all of our things. So I'm going to have to go into town and either buy clothes to change into, or I'm going to have one of you go into town and get me clothes. Like, there's a lot of loose ends that would go along with killing this woman, especially in the middle of nowhere. Leaving her out in the wilderness would leave her to die. I just don't have a lot to clean up afterward.
Whew. All right.
It's not that I'm not willing to take care of things, but there was no way that Hawking or Weber would let either of us do with. They would put up enough of a stink that there would be potentially shouting, there would be a lot of fighting, and either Fiona would have gotten away, or, we left without them. And I didn't really like either of those options, so I let them do what they felt was necessary to do to, clean up the mess.
Well, Miss Hart, I think I understand you a little bit better, and I do appreciate this clarity that you're bringing to this situation.
Yeah, I didn't want you to think that I am unwilling to do what it takes, because let me put it this way. After our last encounter with a capital E, I'm pretty sure at least you know that I do what it takes.
Yeah, I have no doubt about that.
Because you don't kill creatures with your fucking mouth, biting them to death for shits and giggles.
Yeah, but you sort of enjoyed it, didn't you? I mean, you can level with me. You sort of got a kick out of it.
I did.
I saw that in your eyes. Yeah.
It's very satisfying. So based on the fact that I enjoyed it, did you really think I was gonna be a coward when it came to Fiona? Be honest.
Sometimes those are fleeting, passing moments. But no, I feel like I now understand much better. All right.
So I also know that neither of them are going to be willing to talk to me outside of, small talk or, if Weber continues ignoring me tomorrow. I just figured I'd let you know what my original intentions were.
Give him a little. I mean, Weber's a civilian. She's a civilian. It takes a lot of fortitude. It takes a lot out of you, especially in a situation we're in. We're working together, close combat, close encounters to keep this up. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It's going to thaw out. Maybe they don't want to invite you out to their bar mitzvah or whatever, but it'll thaw out. It's gotta, because we got to work together. But yeah.
Let me know in the morning if you want first shift or if you want me to take first shift. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Yeah, you try and get some rest.
Yep, I will. Thank you, Elliot.
Thank you, Joan. Is it Joan or Joanne? I've never used your first name before.
It's Joanne, but you can call me Joe.
You have a good night.
You too. And I'll leave and go back to my room.
And I will wait a sufficient number of knocks, and then I'm going to go knock on. I gave out the door keys, so I know which number is Brett's. And I'm just going to go down and I'm going to knock on that door, and I'm going to lean in close and say, Brett, it's Elliot, if you got a minute, and just see if anyone answers.
Yeah, I'll open the door for him.
Hey, it's a tough day. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Are you guys okay? Are you guys
Oh, no.
solid enough to finish this mission?
No, none of us is okay. You seen us? We're all a bunch of crazy fucks. You got a second?
Yeah, what do you want?
As far as I can tell, Brett, unless you're hiding it really well, you're about the only one that has not been severely changed, impaired, modified. Like you seem to be the only you, and I mean this in a nice way. You seem to be the Brett that I remember working with the last time. Is that the case? Like you seem solid in a way that I am no longer solid, and I can tell you, oh my goodness, I just had a conversation with Hart. You know, I'm a sociopath in a certain way. Hart is a sociopath in a wholly different way. She's a sociopath with a clean fetish. It's weird. But no, I don't think any of us is okay. Are you okay to be saddled up with the three of us?
No, not particularly. Look, after this, I think I'm done.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That's what I said after the last one. I'm done. 100% done. I'm done. My life is different. I'm changed. I've left things. And you know what, Brett? They fucking came back. They pulled me right back in. And everything that I said didn't matter a goddamn penny to these fuckers. God bless you, son, if you can be done, but I sure as hell couldn't be fucking done. I wanted to be done.
At this point, I just don't know whether I need to be watching my back when I'm with you guys more than I need to be watching my back when I'm with the bad guys.
Brett, Agent Hawkins, if the time has to come, you don't have to worry about anything about that. On my regard, I wanted to be a different person, and I still feel like I hopefully can be a different person. But if it comes down to it, you don't have to worry about your back. Because I will fucking murder anyone that tries to hurt any of us. I wanted to be different. I wanted to have a different situation, different life, different future, different everything. But here we are again. Here we are again. And I think you have more to live for than any of us, as far as I can tell. And you know what, son? I will do my damnedest to give you that. I would love for you to be done as well. But it doesn't feel like it's in any of our control anymore, is it?
I can tell that you feel like you don't have control.
That's true. That's true. When you see certain shit, though, I mean, you realize you ain't got control. It doesn't matter what you think, what you believe. There are larger things. There are bigger things. There are things that don't care if you have control. They are what is the truth and reality. And I went through a stretch of really thinking about that way too hard, and it changed me. Look, I like you. I respect you. I think you're doing good with your life, and I want that to happen for you. And I'm not going to be in any way a detriment to that. And I promise you, Brett, because I think you got the same side on me as well. If it needs to happen, anything that is truly threatening you, I will tear it apart. I'll do the same for Weber. I'll do the same for Hart.
Well, that's good. Because we're about done with the interviewing and asking questions portion of this. We're going to go find the source of this situation, and we're going to end it. And then we're all going to say goodbye.
And your lips to whoever the hell is pulling the strings ear, we can all move on and go forward with our lives after that. But I'll tell you what, sure doesn't feel like that is a possibility for us anymore.
And that is where we'll leave you for tonight, just before sleep on September 3rd, 2001. Thank you, and good night.